Miss Edwards, can you give us one memory of that awful day that
No,
stands
because she
out
was
most
unconscious.
vividly in your mind?
I can.
Unconscious people don't have memories.
That time when I talked about falling behind MPD's line, I remember because I had been kind of shielded away because I was holding those stairs. So I wasn't able to really see what was going on over here. When I fell behind that line,
Deborah, thank you for the super sticker. I greatly appreciate it.
I can just remember my breath catching in my throat because what I saw was just a war scene. It was something like I'd seen out of the movies.
What?
I couldn't believe.
It was a war scene with no guns. Has anyone recently seen a war scene in which there were 0 guns involved? It was a war scene? Dude.
My eyes. There were officers on the ground. You know.
There were officers on the ground? What are you talking about? I don't know. No. She is literally making this up. There was no war scene. There were no officers on the ground. I'm sorry. This is complete and total bullshit. I want video. I want receipts. I want receipts showing officers on the ground. Just tragically. No, that didn't happen. Sorry.
Bleeding. They were throwing up. They were, they had.
Now, I did see someone on the ground. I saw the guy who got beamed with the tear gas canister in the head, literally right in front of me, falling on the ground and then bleeding out of his head. I did see that. I didn't see any officers on the ground, though. That's bullshit. Sorry.
I saw friends with blood all over their faces.
Bull
I was slipping in people's blood.
Bullshit. You were wait, what? Okay, you're telling me that there were pools of blood so big on the Capitol grounds that she was just slipping on people's blood. She couldn't even walk. She was just slipping on people's blood. You're telling me that that's real and there are no pictures of it and there's no video? You're telling me that no one who was in DC on January 6th got pictures of these massive pools of blood with officers just laying on the ground, bleeding out of their heads, and there's no evidence at all that this actually occurred? Sure. That's definitely believable. Absolutely.
I was catching people as they fell. It was carnage. It was chaos.
Oh my God.
I can't even describe.
Because you're making this up.
Never in my wildest dreams did I think that as a police officer, as a law enforcement officer, I would find myself in the middle.
She is literally making this up. Savrit says it's all a placebo narrative being falsely created. Yes, that is Savrit's truer words have never been spoken. She is literally fabricating this entire thing. I saw no pool. I walked all around that Capitol. I saw no dead bodies on the ground. I saw no blood and guts. I saw no pools of blood. I saw no one that was couldn't even walk because the blood was just 8 inches deep. She's a fucking liar, man. Robert, these people feel like they're a different species describing something that happened on another planet. Yes. This is fantasy. She has literally concocted, and I you know what? I don't know if she believes that this is true or not, but this story is not real. This is not real at all. Incognito, I fought in wars and lost friends. This is insult. Yes. There were no knives. There were no guns. but pools of blood everywhere and absolute carnage. My God.
Middle of a battle. You know, I'm trained to detain, you know, a couple of subjects and handle, you know, handle a crowd, but I'm not combat trained. And that day, it was just
What combat?
hours of hand-to-hand combat.
What?
Hours of dealing
Wait,
with things.
there were hours of a hand-to-hand combat? This is the most bizarre thing I've ever heard in my life. There were hours of hand-to-hand combat. Are you kidding me? Where's the video of the hours of hand-to-hand? Because we know there are no guns and no knives. No, the most serious weapon was a flagpole. Hours of a hand-to-hand combat? Yeah, Patrice, swords, or it didn't happen. Pistols at dawn. What the?
That were way beyond
Oh God, this is basically MSNBC right now.
ever trained for. And I just remember that moment of stepping behind the line and just seeing the absolute war zone that the West Front had.
Oh my God.
Let me thank you for your service and obviously your bravery.
Yes, Sam. Pools of blood from police beating people. Well, I'm not even saying the police were beating everyone. The police, again, I have videos of this. The police were standing around doing nothing. They were standing around doing nothing, and they would march from one location to another every now and again, but they were not doing anything. They shot tear gas at people. That was it. Wow. I cannot. It's as real as the placebo mass, racism, and guilt. Yeah, that's right, Savras. What she's saying is as real as everyone in the country is a racist. Exactly.
That you have told the world about tonight. It's unfortunate.
We're almost done.
That
We're
you had
almost
to
done. We're
defend
wrapping
the
up.
Capitol from fellow Americans.
Look, she's gonna
None of
cry.
us would ever
This is so traumatizing.
think that would have to happen.
I can't
but
believe
it
there was
did.
hand-to-hand combat at
So
the
let me thank our
Capitol.
witnesses for joining us
And there is
tonight
no
and
video
sharing
that
their
we have to have these
experiences with
expert
America.
witnesses.
Throughout my chairmanship of this committee,
Wow.
I've continuously vowed that this committee will ensure a comprehensive account of the heroic acts on January 6th.
No video.
And that we will follow the facts wherever they.
No evidence. No videos of these massive pools of blood. Incognito, she described a weekend in Chicago. No, I didn't think she described that, Incognito. I disagree. What she described is much more serious than a weekend in Chicago, and that's pretty bad. My God.
Your testimony is an essential part of that record and helps us do our job. Mr. Quested, thank you for sharing your footage and your account of the day's events with us. The images you recorded and have shared with the committee do a better job than any of our words in reinforcing.
They were wading through pools of blood as they walked between the velvet ropes inside the Capitol in an orderly fashion. When they didn't overturn statues or tear down paintings at all inside the Capitol, it was because they were wading through these massive pools of blood with their weapons held high behind. Are you shitting me? My God. 10 minutes left, guys. 10 minutes left.
We hope that the power of your footage helped encourage all Americans to consider how citizens with so much in common could viciously brawl at the seat of their democratic government. Officer Edwards, thank you for your brave service, as I indicated, on January 6th, and all you did to protect us, and most importantly, our democracy. If you and your fellow officers hadn't held the line against those violent insurrectionists, we can only imagine the disaster that would have ensued. Your heroism is the face of danger is admirable, and your will to continue to protect and serve despite your serious injury should be an inspiration to all of us. We wish you continued recovery.
I genuinely
to
movie
seeing
right
you
now. Does
back
anyone feel like they're
in
watching a
uniform
fictional movie?
sometime soon.
That this can't be
The
real?
members of the select committee may have additional questions for tonight's witnesses, and we ask that you respond expeditiously in writing to those questions. Without objections, members will be permitted 10 business days to submit statements for the record, including opening remarks and additional questions for the witnesses. The witnesses have just told us what they
Wow.
heard the rioters saying while they stormed the Capitol on that day. Now we're going to hear it from the rioters themselves.
Oh, are we?
Without objection, I include in the record a video presentation.
What really made me want
Where
to
are the
come
pools of
was
blood?
The fact that, I had supported Trump all that time. I did believe, that the election was being stolen. And Trump asked us to come.
He personally asked for us to come to D.C. that day. And I thought, for
I
everything
want
he's done
pools
for
of
us,
blood. I want to see carnage. Jennifer says all the carnage, and they only got one witness who was knocked out and promptly sprayed with tear gas by her fellow officers. With the other, Jennifer, I think it's a very good question. One of the star witnesses of tonight got knocked unconscious and then was sprayed with tear gas and has false memories of pools of blood and carnage that didn't happen and that there's no evidence of. Wow.
if this is the only thing he's going to ask of me, I'll do it.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol.
Did you recall President Trump mentioning going to the Capitol during his speech?
To go to a permanent
So
rally.
that's one of my disappointments. He said he was going to go with us. He was
Permitted
going to be there.
rally.
I know I was there, and that's because he called me there and he laid out what is happening in our government. He laid it out.
But I remember Donald Trump telling people to be there, right? I mean, to support.
So you mentioned that the president asked you. Do you remember a specific message?
Basically, yeah, he asked for us to come to DC, that big things are going to happen.
What got me interested, he said, I have something very important to say on January 6th or something like that. Is what
Trump is
what
allowed
got
to have
me
a
interested
rally. I don't know who needs
Trump
to
has
hear
only asked
this.
me for
Trump
two
is
things.
allowed to
He
have a
asked me
rally.
for my vote, and he asked me to come on January 6th.
Oh,
When the committee reconvenes next week, we're going to examine the lies that
we're watching it
convinced
live
those
next time.
men
Everyone's got to get up
and
early.
others to storm the Capitol.
Actually, I don't know. I don't know if
to
I can
try
do this
to
without
stop
beer.
the
Maybe I'll have to
transfer
stop.
of
I'll have
power.
mimosas.
We're going to take a close look at the first part of Trump's attack on the rule of law.
I want this set. Yes,
When he
I
hit
want
the
this
fuse
7-step
that
plan.
ultimately
What is Trump's
resulted
7-step plan?
in the violence of January 6th. Without objection, and with that, the committee stands adjourned.
That's it. That's it. Well, wasn't that something? Wasn't that special? What went on in that hearing has absolutely no relation to what I experienced in DC on January 6th. Maybe we'll get there. Maybe as they continue to flesh out Trump's master 7-point plan to overthrow the elections, apparently amidst blood and carnage. What the hell did we just watch? That last part was the best. That last part was worth the whole hearing leading up to that point. That last part was worth the whole Liz Cheney speech. We're paying for all of this, folks. We are paying for every single cent of this nonsense. Sam says, I want to know how a committee starts so biased. Well, I think we know, Sam. I think we know. All right, guys, that is all we have for tonight. I am glad to be back streaming again. I will be back tomorrow with Graphically Alex at 6 p.m. if you want to come and join us. We're going to be doing Sassy Saturday, so it's going to be really fun. George says, FYI, I'm tuning in and out as work allows, and you used to show in my feed during your live streams. Not anymore. Third live stream, I noticed it. Yeah, well, it happens. It happens, George. But, you got to set those notifications. Guys, if you enjoyed the stream tonight, please make sure you mount that like button on your way out the door. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel if you are not already. If you think you are subscribed, just double check for me. We're going to have to see what's going on in terms of the rest of this committee hearing schedule. I will let you know. I don't know if I want to start watching this stuff at 10 a.m. I'm going to be honest. Maybe we'll do a recap. For my locals community, we will be doing a Bitchcraft tomorrow. I'm just going to confirm that because I think I might have double booked myself, but I just plan for Bitchcraft right now, and I'll do everything I can to make it work. I'm going to do an announcement in the community right after this, so we will be doing Bitchcraft tomorrow at 3 p.m. And if you would like to join my locals community and join us for Bitchcraft, which is literally just a Zoom call where we craft and we bitch, please head over to kb.locals.com/support, and you can join for $5 a month. You can join for $50 a year, which gives you 2 months for free. You can make a one-time gift. You can join for more if you want to. You can make larger gifts if you want to. It's all up to you. But if you want to join my Bitchcraft call tomorrow at 3 p.m., you do have to be a supporter in my locals community because it is a supporter perk. So we'll be gathering together. I will be knitting. You can do whatever other craft you like. You can crochet. You can quilt. You can do laundry. You can clean your gun. You can art. You can art. That's the beer talking. You can art. You can draw. You can paint. You can play video games. You can just hang out with us, whatever you want to do. But I'll see you guys in my locals tomorrow at 3 p.m. for Bitchcraft. And, we'll figure out the rest of it. All right, guys. Thank you for hanging out. And again, thank you so much for your support in the last week. I really do appreciate it. And I want you to know it really genuinely has made a difference. But I'm signing off right now. I'm going to go make a burrito. Some of you have got some pizza to order, I think. That's all we have for tonight. We'll see you soon.